Hey there, this is K4A, and in this video today we are going to learn how to change cursor in your GameMaker tower defense template, which is called Towers versus Monsters. In previous video we have changed the background of our menu, so it looks more blank now, like blank filled color, green, and that looks good so far, at least for me. And the other thing which I could probably and would probably change is this cursor. Maybe not, it looks nice to me, maybe a little bit big, but this arrow which I'm moving now below this monsters word, now above these towers, this white arrow which is on play, which is on quit, you can also put some custom image in it, custom sprite, and sometimes you will want to do that to make a game more original. And oh, this guy is really running crazy, so we haven't put that back to original values. I have to do it later. Anyway, the whole idea here today is to change this white arrow cursor, so let's try to find it. The good thing is that we have some info in documentation notepad, which is made for us by GameMaker programmers who made this template. So under line 47 in my case, in your case it could be something else, because I have added some lines and some deleted from this document. I have found that in objects managers, obj persistent manager, that's where it is, I have one sentence which says initializes, it's probably it initializes all the global variables this game uses. Okay, that's obj persistent manager. I do not need that one for now, but I need this part. Sets up few other game level variables such as the cursor. Yeah, that's what I need. So cursor is game level variable, and it is set by obj persistent manager, and I can find it in managers folder. So let's go to objects folder on my left in my asset browser. Click on objects to open it. Click on managers. Why? Because this document says objects managers, obj persistent manager, and here it is. So create and room start. Let's start with create. I will make this bigger and make this easier for you and me to see, and zoom a little bit more, move a little bit here, and now read. Okay, so I have some global variable for pop-up menu lock. I not need that. Screenshot ID, no. You also have the comments here in your green, so you can read what these variables are doing, so you can change them on your own. What I am interested is this guy, the last one, assign variable, and this guy maybe before him, which says function call turn off drawing the default cursor. Okay, I agree with that. I do not need default cursor. I will leave that on because that's okay with me. So, they did it for us already. But this guy here, which says assign variable cursor sprite, give the cursor a sprite. So they have made cursor, custom cursor with two drag and drop blocks. First function call to disable window set cursor, which is default, and then added their custom. The custom is called cursor sprite. That's the name of the variable. They have probably used it somewhere else, or you can use it else maybe to change the color of it, the size of it, and so on. And the other is this guy, value spr cursor. So you can see that they're using some sprite, some name of the sprite. If you have watched previous videos or my tutorials or use GameMaker in general, you probably have noticed that these sprites, they are called by some naming convention with SPR letters at the start as a beginning, 3 letters SPR and then underscore to show that this is sprite. And when we have objects, we have obj. So that is how you differ them. You do not need to call them this way, but again, it's about organization of your project. So the more organized your project is, the faster you will work and find these if you work on some other guy's project, but also later if you work on your bigger projects. The more organized it is, the better and faster you will work and find what you need and change it, edit it, and so on. So I know that this is some kind of sprite. It's called SPR cursor, so let me try to find it. I will try to find it in sprites, obviously not in objects. Why? Because it's SPR sprites. And I will try to find it in UI. Why? Because these things here, this title, it's part of the UI, user interface. These buttons, they are called user interface elements in game development, in web development, in graphics in general. So okay, let's try to find them in UI. I will open this and here it is, second from the top. The first one is title, as I just said, that's also UI. We can change that later also. The second one is SPR cursor. So here it is, line. Sorry, some arrow. I can animate it by adding more sprites here, and turn it into some animated cursor. I can change its color to some with spots or whatever, or I can just change it this guy here in a game by picking this code, different code, like okay, instead of cursor sprite is SPR cursor, I will pick SPR maybe money, SPR tower icon cell, this guy. It looks funny and shiny. It doesn't matter because it's dollar, it doesn't make much sense for this game. Maybe for some tycoon game it could be good, but I want the name of it. The name of it is SPR tower icon cell. So you can type it in that variable field, or I can just click with left mouse button, drag to the left to select it, then press Ctrl and C on my keyboard, or right click, copy, then go back to variable name, and instead of SPR cursor, because I do not want this guy, I type paste SPR tower icon cell, because I want my cursor to look like this. Simple as that. Again, I'm talking probably too slow. Yeah, 10 minutes. This is a job of about like 10 seconds or minute or two, but because I have to explain, it takes, debug, yeah. It takes more time. So, no. Cancel, but you can see that this works. I have my money on my screen. I do not want debugger, but we have tested that one too. Yeah, you have seen how it gives me some kind of option to give accessibility to GameMaker. Anyway, this looks great to me. Play, quit, it works. I have money cursor here. And this guy is really... No, he's out. This works great. Do not again concentrate on what image I have picked, but how we have changed it and where to change it. That's the idea of this tutorial. So for example, instead of this guy here, if I, for example, if I have some kind of mining game and use this for some kind of mining game, I would maybe love to make cursor with this, like pickaxe. Again, this is really easy and fast because these guys have changed the code, made the code for us, so all we have to do is now change it and it will work. But you can get the idea, or maybe if you're a game designer, artist, just test and show that to your programmers. So that's why these templates are good and great things to use when you are even not programmer, just to learn some basics, some way to change it and test things, and then later you can for example change this into a strategy game, or just use this template to show your game artist or game programmer, if you're a designer, what to do, or if you're an artist and you need to show this to your game designer or programmer, same thing, just do what you know, change what you can and use it, and this could be a great starting point to boost your development. I will go back to SPR cursor so far, but you have, I hope so, you have learned where to find it and where to change it. It's in sprites UI, and then pick one of those sprites, or make custom sprite if you need really custom. I didn't have time to do it now, and that's it. Go to object obj persistent manager, create event, assign variable, and put the name of that sprite, and that's it. Your game will work with custom sprite or this default. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.